During the Flash Season 7 finale, we all saw Barry alongside other speedsters receive a speed boost from the Speed Force. This allowed them to reach their full potential with their speed. Over here, our Scarlet Speedster, aka The Flash, has officially claimed the title of being the fastest man alive. Him and his arch-enemy, Reverse Flash, have always been the same speed until this point, where we've all witnessed the shocking moment when Bart took a swing at Barry using super speed. However, when Barry entered Flash time, Bart was frozen. This shows how much faster Barry has become right now. With this new ability of being so much faster than he's ever been, what exactly does this mean for Barry as a character? Is he officially the most powerful speedster? Does this mean that he'll be going up against even more powerful villains? But aside from the highly anticipated crossover for the Flash Season 8, that being Armageddon, here is why Barry's speed boost changes everything for the show going forward. Yo, what is going on guys, Flashverse here, and welcome back to another video on the Flash Season 8. And today's video will be a theory video going over how Barry's increased speed changes everything for the show. We have seen him as the Flash for about 7 years now, and we are going into the 8th year as him as the Flash, and we've seen how much he has grown as a hero. But the ending for the Flash Season 7 with Barry having this speed boost opens doors to many things they could explore for the Flash Season 8, which I think would be really cool. This is probably one of the biggest changes we've seen the character go through, and I think that it would be such a missed opportunity if they do not do something with Barry's speed boost. But before I go over anything, however, you guys don't forget to drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel so you are aware of more Arrowverse content coming your way. And also guys, I do have a Discord server, so for anyone interested, be sure to join that. It's linked in the description down below. It just allows me to interact more with you guys, especially during times when I don't upload videos. So yeah, as I said, if anyone's interested, it is linked in the description down below. Now, aside from the many issues I've had about the Flash Season 7, one thing which I really didn't like was when Barry kept getting tossed around whenever he faced off against villains. And it was really frustrating to see, because we know Barry is much more capable than what we see him presented as. Bear in mind, he is literally the fastest man alive, yet he struggles to defeat villains who are much slower than him. Now, I'm not just throwing the blame for Season 7 because Barry has been like this for nearly every single season, but Season 7 really shows Barry at his worst during the Forces storyline and some of the Godspeed arc as well. And if you really pay attention to what is going on, our main character has not even beat one villain by himself. Not even one. He either kept getting pep talked or other characters had to end up defeating the villain. Now, as I said, this is Barry going into his 8th year as the Flash. As well as him having the Speed Force boost at the end of the Flash Season 7, we are heading into his 8th year with him having the speed boost. This needs to change, or else the speed boost will just cause many more problems for the show. Barry needs to develop into someone much more confident and someone who's much more powerful. Because with this speed boost, if he still keeps getting tossed around, well, that will not make sense at all. Even without the speed boost, it didn't make sense, but it will be a bigger issue with the Speed Force boost. Now, I know I have mentioned this example before, but it's just so perfect. It clearly highlights the issue with the show, and that is the writing. If you watch Superman and Lois, they nail how they're supposed to handle the main character. Clark doesn't need help every single time. He barely got pep talked, and he actually knows what he's doing there when he's out there in the field. Yes, he does get some help from the DoD, and then sometimes he did get help from Steel, but he knows what he's doing. That's the total opposite for how Barry Allen is treated on the show. He needs help every single time from other characters. Most of the time he has no idea what he's doing, and when he goes up against the villain alone, he gets absolutely demolished. His speed is so inconsistent, and it even reaches to a point where they have to make the villain faster than him. Like when they made Eva faster than Barry, or when they made Psyche's tentacles move faster than Barry, like that made no sense, and it was just so frustrating. Couldn't they find a more creative way to make those villains more powerful than Barry instead of just making them faster? it was just weird, and honestly it made no sense at all, because in sometimes we see Barry go really fast. For example, enter flash time from the top of my head, and then other times he gets tossed around when clearly he's not supposed to, if we've seen him run much faster than we have seen him in other episodes. His speed is just so inconsistent, which is just really frustrating. Once again, for Superman and Lois' sake, he did not need to be nerfed when he went up against villains. Even if the villain was weaker than Clark, they found a way to make it work. This is something I would have loved to see for the Flash as well, but clearly we didn't get that. Hopefully at least we could get something like this for Season 8. The way I would like to see Barry at this point for Season 8 is just like how he was showcased from Season 7 Episode 2, minus obviously the speed thinking, because that would just be way too overpowered. But, you know, I would just love to see a version of the Flash where he knows what he's doing, and when he does not need help every single time, and where he doesn't get pep talked every single time, but he is actually a more confident and a much more powerful character. That is how he should be for someone who has more than 7 years of experience at this point. So what I hope to see for the Flash Season 8 is that they take the same approach that they did with Superman and Lois. Find a way to make villains more powerful, and find a way to not, nerf the character. Nerf the main character, that is. But, have this version of the Flash which I've just mentioned, Season 7 Episode 2, just minus the speed thinking. Because Season 8 really needs to be a season for the Flash to be a more powerful character. He shouldn't be getting demolished every single time when he's up against a villain. He should start defeating villains on his own, and in some cases, he should know what he's doing when he's out there in the field. The guys, I need help, how do I stop this, should have only been a recurring thing for the first 2 seasons, but clearly we didn't get that. It happened for Season 3, Season 4, Season 5, Season 6, and also Season 7. I would not have minded if it was, not very frequent, like if it happened sometimes, but not every single time. And in the case of the Flash Season 8, Barry has just evolved, and he's become even faster than ever. He's become even more powerful than ever. So it only makes sense if the villains he's facing off against should be more powerful. We do know that Eric Wallace did say the following about Barry's character when he talked about Season 8. This is the season of the Flash where we're making a conscious effort to turn Grant into the Flash from the comic book, the most confident, incredibly powerful, secure team leader. It's really a season for Grant to shine in a way that perhaps he hasn't always been able to shine, and it's very exciting. Now, I've said this in previous videos as well, I hope this is true, because we did see Barry get that speed boost during the end of the Flash Season 7, and I think it would be such a missed opportunity if they do not work around that. I think it would be such a cool storyline to explore, and I am interested to see how they will handle Barry for Season 8, because he was absolutely butchered for Season 7. We need Barry to become that most confident and incredibly powerful and secure team leader, which Eric Wallace mentioned. We need that to happen for Season 8 to really stick the landing for Barry's character. This is Barry at his most powerful point, and it should only make sense that he goes up against bigger threats and even more powerful threats. And with Despero being the main villain for the first 5 episodes, it does actually get me excited. I know I did say that I'm not excited for the Flash Season 8 in general, but I am really looking forward to the first 5 episodes. A, because it's obviously the first crossover we've been having in a while, and B, the stakes seem to be high, the main villain seems to be very powerful, and it does actually look like we're heading into that direction where Barry is actually facing off against much more powerful threats now that he himself has become more powerful. Because Despero is actually a very super overpowered character, so he would make a really good level threat for Barry at this stage, and he would make a good level threat to a point where Barry would actually need help with other characters to defeat him. But yeah guys, thanks for watching. If you guys have enjoyed the video, please give a like and subscribe. Be sure to tell me in the comment section down below if you guys agree with what I've said or not. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video.